Now, things are already changing, too, as you see some of these things start to happen with the different demographics and how now they're living their lives. It's not as traditional as it used to be. And apparently, it's causing some issues for some millennials that are out there who are having kids now, because there is one mom on TikTok named Cassie, and she's saying, what's happening now is that a lot of grandparents, first of all, they're a little bit more frisky. The economy is as such where maybe they have to have a job and they're able-bodied to do so, but that means that they're not available to watch their kids for them. A lot of times you would always think, oh, okay, great. Well, we got grandma and grandpa, so we have some free daycare. And they say that for a lot of millennials, that is starting to go away, and it's causing some financial problems. And that's what her rant is all about, saying, my parents had it so much better because their parents were always available. I remember when I was a little kid, my grandparents always watched me.
My mother grew up next to her grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, they were constantly there to watch.
Right.
We just don't have that situation.
Yeah, she said in the summertime, my parents would ship me off to my grandparents, and I would spend the entire summer with them. I mean, can you imagine? She's like, what a joy that would be to have 2 to 3 months where you get to live your own life every single year.
My dad told me he'd be at his grandma's house a lot while his parents worked.
Yeah.
She was, come on here, I want to make you some biscuits.
Aww.
Right. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And the other thing that some of the millennials have been venting about when it comes to their parents watching their kids is some of these grandparents now are asking for money. I said, yeah, we'll watch our grandkid, but it's going to cost you. And they're saying, wait, what is this? This is just something. This is an obligation. This is life. This is society. It's how it's supposed to work, that I get free daycare. You are a complete jerk for trying to ask me for money to watch your own grandchild. How dare you?
If you give the grandparent money because they need help with bills, that's awesome. If the grandparent gives you an invoice, that is unbelievably cold.
Yeah, you get some kind of bill from Panda's mom.
She would never. It's just not how a grandparent is supposed to act.
Is this more of this woman's trying to get people all fired up on TikTok and it's not that prevalent, or is this really a legit issue?
There have just been a series of videos. So, they all could be doing it for clout and might be lying about it. I'm not a millennial parent, so I'm not dealing with the same issue. And, look, we are lucky because we had that growing up. My mother-in-law came when Cannon was born to help us out. And so we've always had that luxury. We've leaned on my wife's parents a lot through the twins' life when they were younger. They were always with grandpa, or, grandma would watch them, and same thing with Cannon. So we've had that luxury.
Yeah, we did too. Panda's mom, she just lives in Stewart, so it's like 20 minutes north of us, but she would come over all the time.
We were pretty lucky.
Never give us a bill.
Yeah, we were pretty lucky. My mom was an agoraphobic, so she's always at home.
Well, they're saying with it, too, now that a lot of the grandparents are either younger or they're just more vibrant than it used to be. It used to be, when you hit 50, you would just slow down, want to do nothing but sit at home, and watching a grandkid wasn't that big a deal. But now these, grandparents are out paddleboarding and skydiving and doing all this
replacement
stuff.
Is a beautiful thing.
You're right. I remember being a kid. If somebody was 75 years old, they looked like they were old, and they couldn't get around. 75 now? My gosh, there's 75-year-old that could beat us up.
Right.
They really are.
And so what some of them are saying is that I raised my kids. I've done everything I need to do. I'm still able-bodied, and I want to go out and play. And all you want me to do is babysit my grandkid. Well, that's still your responsibility. That's not mine. That's not we're not in this together kind of thing. You've made that choice to have a child, and now it's your responsibility. And that's apparently what some millennials are being met with when they're asking their parents to watch the kid. And like, what a jerk. You can't do that. That's just that's against the code.
But consider yourself fortunate and blessed if you do have somebody in your life that's able to help out. Because I know some people who don't have that, and they struggle, man.
Absolutely. No, that would be really tough if your parents were doing that. So are you a jerk to charge to watch your own grandchild? One text said, yeah, this is legit. My kids' grandparents don't do much, and when they do, they always want something in return. But I always say that they were used to not raising their kids because they had their grandparents, so why would they help raise ours? LOL. Yeah, and another person said, yeah, they asked for grandkids, but then when asked if they can watch them for just a few hours to do errands, they're like, yeah, no, I got a doctor's appointment. Like, you have a doctor's appointment on a Saturday? So we always feel like they're lying about these things that they supposedly have going on in their life. But they were always asking us, so when we getting grandbabies? And then we gave them to them, and then they never want to watch the kids. What the heck, man? So there's some millennials that are venting. So are you a jerk if you do that, or is it right for you to be able to claim your time in your senior years to be able to do what you want and not be tethered down to your grandkids? 75% of people in the KVJ TV chat on YouTube said you are a jerk. 75%, 3 out of 4. They are not feeling it, but it's apparently a legit issue.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.